So here are 10 things about autism that you didn't know, but you totally should know. All that, plus more, is coming right up. Guys, welcome back to the Ask Me world. My name is Dan. I have autism, ADHD, OCD, and dyslexia, and I make weekly videos all about this kind of stuff. So if you're new around here and you want to learn more about this topic, make sure to hit the subscribe button below this video by clicking that notification bell or the subscribe button. So, guys, what is going on? There's so much information about autism out there, but there's also loads of stuff that people don't know, and there's loads of stuff that people think they know, but actually is completely wrong, or it's the opposite. So, Dan is here, Uncle D, to show you guys what is going on. I can't believe I just said that, but show you guys what's going on, what actually is happening in the autism sphere, and where you may be going wrong. So buckle up, sit tight, and enjoy the ride. Okay, guys, so before we get into today's video, I just want to say thank you to today's sponsor, which is Brillia. Now, Brillia is a homeopathic, non-prescription, non-addictive medicine to help people with things like enhancing clarity, improve concentration and attention, and that type of focus area, but also reduce things like stress, impulsivity, irritability, and restlessness, which for me as a person on the autism spectrum with ADHD is like a no-brainer why I would want to choose this. Now, they actually do this for children too. So you've got Brillia for adults, which obviously I take in as Brillia for children. I know people have had really good results using this with their kids, and I have results. I've been using Brillia for 2 years, and I absolutely love it. Now, I am no doctor, so please consult with yours if you're thinking about trying any medicine, including Brillia's. Now, if you're interested, I do have a 15% off discount down below, which you can get using the code ASPY15 right now with the link in the description of this video or in the bio. If you're watching this on another platform which doesn't have a link in the description, go to the link in my bio on my profile and you'll see a Brillia link there where you can actually get this product. Okay, guys, hope you enjoy it. Let's get on with the video. So the 10 things, we're going to start off with number 1. Okay, so people think that autistic people, can't make eye contact. Well, some autistic people can make eye contact, but they do have lots of issues with this. It's not like just because you're autistic, you can't make any eye contact at all. You can make eye contact, but it will be difficult. It's a little bit harder. It's more uncomfortable for someone on the autism spectrum to make eye contact directly for a longer amount of time. So it doesn't mean that everyone on the autism spectrum won't make eye contact. It's just saying that they're going to have a harder time. And some people I do know on the autism spectrum actually have an easy time doing eye contact because they've practiced this. It just happens. Actually, I attended a specific group session when I was in university called Social Eyes, and it was all about this type of stuff for autistic individuals. So there are programs out there to help you, nurture and learn how to look someone in the eye for a prolonged amount of time. I personally find this really difficult, but some autistics don't. Autistic individuals can communicate even if they are non-speaking or non-verbal. They just need an additional tool or assistance to do this. Autistic individuals who are non-speaking, portion of the autism community which is always forgotten about because I feel like they don't have much of a voice. And I mean that literally, where they don't have much input into the community. But there are autistic individuals who are non-speaking or who are non-verbal who have iPads, and they have like Proloto to Go, which is like an app that you press buttons that have little symbols on it and it says what it is, like dog or toilet or food or hungry or whatever, and you can build sentences up. I think this is absolutely fantastic. And guys, this is a pro tip. If you are after that app, it's about $200 or something like that. But on World Autism Awareness Month, which is April, you can actually get it half price on the Apple App Store for iPhone. I know it's on the iPhone store. I don't know if it's on the Android one, but it definitely is half price during Autism Awareness Month. So definitely check that out. Okay, so number 3 is you cannot grow out of autism. People think that autistic individuals are kids, and then the kids grow up and autism disappears, which can't happen. This is total nonsense. Autism is a developmental neurological condition which is present from birth and will be present until death. That's it. There's no other answer. Okay, this is a huge one. Number 4, autism is not caused by vaccines. I know that there was a whole thing in the 80s and 90s where they were saying that the MMR vaccine was causing autism. There is no hard evidence, no proof showing a link between any vaccine and autism. This is just hearsay, speculation, and some bonkers conspiracy theories. Now, look, don't get me wrong. I love conspiracy theories. I love the alien stuff. I love it all. But saying that autism is caused by vaccines, when we know that it's genetic, but we don't know how it was, came around, is kind of a little bit far-fetched. So no, Autism is not caused by vaccines. Please don't spread this rhetoric because it's completely untrue. Okay, number 5. Autistic adults can have relationships and enjoy things like sex and have children, because there's this big misconception. People think, and I wrote about it in my book, Autism for Adults. There's a link in my bio if you're interested, or in the description of this YouTube video. I wrote a book called Autism for Adults, and I wrote a whole chapter on sex, because people think just because you're autistic, you're not going to be able to be having intimate relationships with anybody. I mean, I've had, a few intimate relationships. I'm in a long-term intimate relationship right now. I have children, so there is no lack of wanting intimate and romantic relationships. I think it's a lack of understanding from other people. So just bear this in mind. Don't be insulting or quick to insult autistic individuals. But if you are interested, then there are plenty of documentaries, and there's Love on the Spectrum, which is a great show on Netflix that will kind of discuss more on this stuff. Or you can always buy my book and read my chapter on it. Okay, number 6 is a devastating one. This is that there are more autistic people out of work than there are in work. 80% of autistic individuals do not have a job or access to a job, which is crazy. We are trying to overcome this. I personally briefed the European Parliament in 2020 on this specific issue, and hoping that we can go forward with a better plan of how we can integrate more accessibility features into employment positions. That would just be awesome. Okay, number 7 is shocking. The average age of death for an autistic person is between 40 and 60 years old. This is crazy statistics. I mentioned this in my book, and I was on a podcast called the Thoughty Auty podcast with Thomas Henley, really good friend of mine, cool guy, and he was saying that this is a part of his advocacy he talks about, because nobody wants to talk about it, because it's quite morbid and difficult and negative, but it's down to many factors, and it's a fascinating factor. But I want to help, get that number to just as average as everybody else. Okay, the 60 is way too young. 40 is just, I'm not going to accept it. So, but it's a fact. Currently, that's statistics. Okay, here's a good one. Number 8. Companies like Microsoft, Google, and Facebook, or Meta, they're actively hiring autistic individuals to work in their companies, because autistic individuals have great eye for detail. They're good with tech. They're good with, the complex thought patterns to problem solve. And this causes a person to be really good in a job position where those skills are needed. Not to mention the fact that Tesla, SpaceX, and the Boring Company is owned by an autistic guy. So that's kind of cool. I think that's worth noting. Number 9. Autism and GI disorders are commonly coming hand in hand. A lot of medical professionals, when they diagnose autism, will also notice that there's some kind of a GI or gastrointestinal issue with that person. It could be irritable bowel syndrome or Crohn's, or any other kind of disease that kind of come over with autism is usually a GI disorder, which I just find fascinating why there's a link there. But that's how it is. Interesting. Okay, number 10 is probably one of the most profound ones. This is awesome. There are likely hundreds more females who are autistic than there are males. Now, up until like the mid-2000s, people thought that autism only affected boys, which is crazy. But also, girls were like 2 or 1 to 3. Oh, it's like you'd have 1 girl diagnosed to 3 dudes, right? Which was crazy. Now the data shows, and I did a video all about this, very interesting. The data shows that there are probably more women on the autism spectrum than men. It's just that we were never diagnosing women because the data we had was completely old and garbage. So, what was your favorite one? Drop me a comment down below. Give this video a like and share it if you think it's fun and interesting for somebody. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Peace.